Welcome to rSlash Am I the Devil, where OP throws away millions and millions of her family's money. Our next Reddit post comes from rSlash Am I the Butthole. Am I the butthole for liquidating my daughter's college fund to keep our dream house? I'm a 50-year-old woman, and I lost my husband 4 years ago. I also have a 16-year-old daughter. My late husband left me everything and told me to trust his lawyer. My husband had worked for 20 years as a doctor and did some minor investing, so I inherited over 7 figures. A year later, I decided to list our home of 12 years, and I received an offer too good to refuse. With the inheritance, as well as the influx of cash from selling the house, I decided to move my daughter and I to Malibu because we always dreamed of a home next to the beach. But my husband was exceptionally tight-fisted and called homes there money pits. We found a beautiful home by the sea. I never personally handled anything regarding buying a home before, so I didn't anticipate all the extra costs beyond the sticker price. But my daughter was so excited, so I decided to go for it. My late husband's lawyer was furious at my decision, so I stopped taking his calls. I ended up signing with a money manager who said that we'd be passively earning, who said that we'd be passively earning 90% of what surgeons earned per year. Oh my God, this is a scam. Okay, there you go. But the money manager ended up tanking a lot of our investments. Shock! I took the dwindling money out and made my own investments, which made it worse. And long story short, because of all that, I only have around $35,000 available to me now, not to mention our debts. With the amount of money available to me, I'm looking at only being able to pay 1 month of the mortgage or the upkeep, and then I'm basically out of luck until my business gets clients. However, the one place where we do have a significant amount of money is the fund that my husband started for our daughter. With the money there, I could prevent our credit cards from being shut down and not have to worry about the mortgage for many more months. So I ended up liquidating my daughter's college fund. I told her about it today, and she was furious and said that she can't believe all her dad's work is gone. She also said that she won't be supporting me for retirement. Am I the butthole for trying to fix my mistakes and trying to keep our house? All right, hold on. How much is a Malibu beach house, out of curiosity? Oh my God. All right, I'm just looking at Zillow. I'm just going to read off prices here. 3 million, 18 million, 42 million, 25, 22, 59 million, 48 million. Jeez, my God. 8 million. What's the cheapest? God, this one's 95 million. Are there any under 5 million? This one's 7 million. I can't believe 7 million is on the low end. Oh, here we go. 1.35 million. That's a condo, though. It's not a house. 3 million. Okay, 3 million is the cheapest I can find. Jeez, wow. So I'm going to make an assumption. I know I shouldn't make an assumption, but I'm just going to assume that OP is a stay-at-home mom / trophy wife. Between the fact that she has absolutely no idea how to manage money and that she fell for the most obvious scam in history, I feel like she just doesn't have any experience with money except for spending it. I mean, literally, what could she expect? She bought a house with no income and then puts money on credit cards with no way to pay them off. And what? Does she expect just the money to just magically come in? The reason why I point this out is because I don't think there's anything actually tying them to Los Angeles. The reason why Malibu beach houses are so expensive is because it's right next to Los Angeles, where all the crazy rich people are. So if you really want a beach house, then California has a ton of coast. They could have just left LA and drive up to, let me look along the coast here. What is this place called? Morro Bay? Never heard of it. Yeah, beach houses there are like $700K, $800K. Drive up to a place called Cambria. A beach house there is only $700K. I say only, it's still a lot of money. So just, if she really wanted to retire on her husband's millions and millions of dollars, she could have just not bought a $23 million beach house and instead bought a $700,000 beach house like 100 miles away and just lived in peace and luxury for the rest of her life. Instead, she's stealing her daughter's inheritance. Oh my God, I can't even imagine being a 16-year-old girl. Think about this, you guys. Your dad died. He's been a hard-working surgeon for 20 years, saved up millions and millions of dollars, tried to set you up for life. He dies tragically, so he's not in your life anymore. And then your stupid trophy wife mom spends every single penny. Oh my God. Wow. I don't even think I could look her in the eyes after that. That is brutal. This one was painful to read. Am I the butthole? Yeah, OP. You're a monster. I sincerely wonder how much money the wife just literally gave to the investor that he just stole. Here's $20 million. Please invest it for me. Thank you. Oh, gosh, I don't know what happened. The market tanked and your $20 million just vanished. Anyways, bye. See ya. Yo, man. Oh my God, this woman is dumb. I sincerely hope that the daughter got the dad's intelligence and not the mom's intelligence. I love how she tried to justify it by saying that this is our dream house and that her daughter was so excited by the house. Of course! What, 12, 13-year-old girl wouldn't be excited by the prospect of a $20 million Malibu beach house? They have no concept whatsoever of mortgages or finances, so naturally they'd be only excited. Oh my God, this woman is pissing me off so much. Our next Reddit post comes from rSlash I have a question. I'm a 24-year-old man, and I would like to hear Islamic rulings as well as from a female point of view. I had my nikah earlier this year. What is a nikah? A nikah is an Islamic law, more specifically the marriage contract. Oh, so it's getting married, okay. We'd been engaged for a few months prior to that, but there was tension and disagreement between us. She's from back home and is very conservative. I take my deen very seriously. What is deen? Deen means Islam in Arabic. Okay, so I guess he just means I take my faith very seriously. But I live in the US and we often can't follow our deen the way that some Muslims would do back home, and that causes a rift. After a few disagreements, I wanted to back out of this marriage and I told my parents. They told me that she'll adjust. To be honest, I didn't want to pursue this marriage because at the time, I felt like she wasn't the one for me and we weren't compatible. But I came under some parental pressure. Then we had our nikah and our relationship began on a very cold note. It's not that we were fighting. We would start conversations, but then disagree and become silent and distant. There was a lot of silence in our marriage, with me being on the computer and her just doing her things in the house, avoiding me and not talking much. You might call it a cold war. Prior to my marriage, I'd stayed away from haram as much as I could, and I never dated and avoid being in mixed gatherings as much as I could. This was my first time in the presence of a woman, and when Parda came off, I was secretly very attracted to her. Hold on, what is Parda? I'm learning a lot here. Parda is the seclusion of women from public observation by means of concealing clothing, including a veil, or high-walled enclosures. I say secretly because we were in a cold war. If we had a good relationship like a normal couple, I would have sat her down and told her my feelings, that she was very beautiful, setting our differences aside. But due to the Cold War and silent treatment we were giving each other, there was no environment for that conversation. Now, a few months into our marriage, I'm very much in need of her. She's still very distant and rejectful. She wants to stay up and read, and only after I fall asleep does she join me in bed. She does this purposefully to avoid me. It's odd to be in bed with someone that you're in disagreement with. It's not that we haven't been intimate, but it's not as frequent as I want because she doesn't open up very much. First, celibacy is already hard on people, but it's even harder if you have a woman without Parda in the house that you can look at but not touch. It's not a healthy situation to be in. Part of me says, I have her in my nikah and I can just take her whenever I feel like. Yo, buddy, relax. Yo, whoa. I am obviously stronger and I can get what I want. Yo, what? Sorry, I wasn't expecting that line. That came out of nowhere. But there's conflicting opinion on the internet, even among religious people. Some have said that even within marriage, consent should be obtained. Some have said that this is not zina since she's in my nikah, but it would be against the adab of the bedroom? What does this mean? What is a zina? It is illicit sexual relations. So is that like kinky stuff? And then adab, based on my understanding, is politeness, basically. Being nice to people, if I got that right. So to translate that sentence, some people have said that this is not too kinky since I'm already married to her, but it would be not polite in the bedroom. I think is what that means. If this is only a compromise of bedroom etiquette, then I don't care. But if there's an Islamic ruling that prevents a man from taking a woman who's in nikah because she's not talking to him, then I will never dare to do anything like that. All right, well, okay, whoa. Is this guy basically saying, is there anything in the Islamic faith that prevents me from R-wording my wife because I really, really want to? Is that this post? All right, full disclosure, I don't know a whole lot about the Islamic faith. I'm not Islamic, so, I'm coming from a place of ignorance here. But let me just say, let's not R-word people, okay? Let's not R-word women. Let's not R-word men. Let's especially not R-word kids. And let's also, let's not R-word the people that we're married to, because they deserve a baseline level of respect as a human being. So maybe if she's not trying to boink you, then you should, work on the romance, buy her flowers, talk to her instead of just avoiding her and making posts about how to R-word your wife on the internet. Maybe that's a good start. Our next Reddit post comes from r/marriage. I'm 46 and my wife is 31. Oh, 15-year age gap there. We've been together for 6 years, married for 2. She used to talk to me all the time. She used to share her day with me, just randomly tell me her thoughts, stuff like that. However, she also used to want to talk about problems that we were having, a lot. I felt like we were always talking about what I did wrong. She thought that I spent too much time talking to my exes. We're friends. That I don't prioritize her over work. It's my career. Am I supposed to quit? And mostly that I didn't care enough about her. It just felt like we were always sitting down for some serious talk. So I told her about a year ago that I didn't want to talk anymore. I was just tired of hearing everything that I was doing wrong. I provide everything we need. Can I just have a break? I told her that if she had a problem with the way that I did things, then she could get out of my house and we'd get a divorce. She told me that she was trying to communicate because she didn't feel appreciated and that I had one foot out the door. But I think that's ridiculous. I know it's harsh, but I was at my wit's end. So now, a year later, she barely talks to me at all. When I ask her about her day, she says, fine. When I talk to her about work or politics or my day, she says, oh wow, cool, and kinda walks away. Her attitude isn't bad, she's very sweet, but it's just like she doesn't care anymore. I didn't want to talk about our problems anymore, but it didn't mean that I didn't want to stop talking, period. We really don't talk about anything that doesn't have to do with our life or our household. In the evenings, she just turns on the TV and we watch something until bed. Now I don't know what to do because I just found out today that she won a pretty big award at her job, and she didn't tell me. Last Friday, she said that she had to work late, and that was fine. I didn't ask. Today, I found out that she was actually at a dinner where she was being celebrated for this award. She invited some of her friends and her mom and her brothers. I ran into her brother at the store today, and he mentioned the dinner and said that he was sorry that I couldn't make it. I asked what he meant, and he said, the dinner. You weren't able to make it because you were sick, right? I asked him to explain the whole thing to me, so now he knows too. What am I supposed to do? Is she punishing me or something? Do I tell her that I know? Why wouldn't she tell me? I didn't think she'd take it this far, and now I'm thinking that she's being petty. Does anyone have any experience here? I love my wife, and I'd do anything for her, but I'm so confused. Yo, this is the last line, is so wrong. It's objectively not true. I love my wife and I'd do anything for her. Yeah, except just talk to her. Except listen to her concerns like an adult and work through your problems. Yeah, except for fix the issues that she brought up to you, like, talking to your exes. You talk to all your exes, really? All of them? I know that lots of people out there think that talking to your exes is totally fine. Me, personally, I'm in the no camp. I don't think that's okay. I don't think there's plenty of people out there to be friends with. Why not just be friends with someone that you haven't slept with? It's just a little disrespectful to the marriage, in my opinion, and OP's doing it with multiple people. OP, do you love your wife? Clearly, you won't do anything for her. That's not in debate. It seems like you won't do anything for her, actually. So I kind of have to conclude that you don't actually love your wife. Also, I have to point out, this seems super, super obvious. I don't know why I have to say this, but it seems like OP needs a lesson. Maybe if you weren't such a terrible husband, then your wife wouldn't need to constantly sit down and have conversations with you about why you're a terrible husband. Did that thought never cross your mind, OP? Our next Reddit post is from Leaked Group Chat. The group chat between me and the boys got leaked, and the consequences have been extreme. Me and my buddies use Discord a ton, and we have a server we made with just us in it, and we post tons of offensive jokes and memes. Pictures of girls that we've dated or hooked up with. No nudes, that'd be disrespectful. Boasts of trolling we've done, etc. Well, this guy Derek got into our circle of friends on our main server, and we thought that Derek was a cool dude, so we invited him to join our server. All 8 of us actually liked this dude, and he seemed chill, and we thought that he'd fit in. However, instead, this butthole screenshotted everything. As in, literally, stuff going back 5 years and then shared it in our community, exposing us. A lot of people are pissed. One girl my buddy dated briefly is furious that raunchy text messages she sent were in there too. A couple of people we made fun of by photoshopping pictures of them are super butthurt too. There's also a ton of Israel and Palestine or Russia and Ukraine memes that people thought were in poor taste. Now, a bunch of people think that we're all just terrible people now and don't want to be our friends anymore. But there are a good few people who actually want to join in at least, lol. Either way, if you're reading this, Derek, you're a douchebag. A pathetic mama's boy who decided to leak stuff to make dudes who called you a brother look bad. F you. OP. I don't know why anyone would want to be your brother. You do sound like a bad person. I mean, I've also got a Discord group between me and my buddies, but we don't Photoshop pictures of other people and post inappropriate messages between girls that we've dated or disrespectful memes because we're just, not bad people. So, unfortunately, not only are you a bad person, OP, but clearly you haven't learned your lesson that this behavior is not okay.
That was rSlash Am I the Devil? And if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes.